One of the worst things in Jiu-Jitsu is when your forearms really tighten up from all the grip training, from all the gi and the gripping, and also if you're doing weightlifting, a lot of the heavy weights or anything with the gripping. So they say in Jiu-Jitsu you really want to train your grip and you want to get your grip as strong as possible, but it's really hard if when you're training your grip you start to get the most painful forearms that whatever you do, it just feels like all the blood is going to your forearms and they're pumping up and they just hurt no matter what you do. So I'm going to show you a couple of really quick, easy techniques to help relieve the pressure inside your forearms, decrease the risk of a lot of elbow pains. That you can easily do inside the gym or at home or before you're training. So I recommend if you're doing a lot of gi training or weightlifting to start doing these regularly. So the first one I'm going to show you is by using a barbell. This is a 20 kilo barbell. If it's a little bit too much, go for a 15 kilo barbell if you got access to it. You want to start with the bar on your left, like on your inside. So you're going to do the outside arm. That just puts you in a much better angle. Picking up the bar, you're going to make sure it's a good quality one so the ends spin. Palm facing down on top of your forearms. You're just going to roll the bar up and down your forearms. Nice and easy. If it's a bit too much pressure, lift it off a little bit so it's not too tough. Just run up and down. You can also turn the other way and do the inside of your arm up and down. Remember, if this is too intense, go for a lighter bar. When you find a really good sweet spot, hold on to it, take about 2 deep breaths, let the bar sink in, and then move position. But let's say you don't have access to a barbell at home, say you go to a mini gym, or you have a dumbbell at home. If you're gonna use a dumbbell, make sure it is a round one, not one that's shaped like a hexagon. So same thing, hand down, placing the dumbbell on your arm and rolling it. For this is the 7 kilo dumbbell, it's not gonna do too much. If it's really tight, this is gonna do a lot. But I prefer, preferably go for at least 10 kilos, 12.5 kilos to really get that pressure in there. Same thing, other side, if you need a bit more, you got a lighter dumbbell, push a bit of weight in there. Just demonstrating this for the video, I just realized technique. If you put your hand, actually your arm in the middle, it does weight it down each side and makes the weight 10 times heavier because the end wasn't doing too much for me. But this, oh, that feels good. Okay, let's say you don't have access to any weights, but you do have a nice round ball. Don't get a tennis ball. Tennis balls are too squishy and won't do much. This one's more for the bottom part of the arm. Placing your arm on the ball and rolling around, trying to get in there. It's really hard to really get in a lot of pressure, but if your forearms and your arms are really tender, this will feel it. Another little technique, using your knee on the inside of your arm and triggering it that way. Surprisingly, gets in there good, but you can't do the outside of the forearm, just the under. This one's a really good one to do if you're about to train gi and you're on the mats already and you guys are stretching before class starts, or when the instructor's teaching a few things and you're feeling really tight. This is a really quick go-to. And the last technique is one of my personal favorites. So a lot of the times on my way to Jiu-Jitsu training, or I'm stuck in traffic and there's literally nothing to do but listen to podcasts, I like to use that time and start triggering my forearms. So let's say I've got one arm on the steering wheel, with the other arm, with my thumb, I put my thumb inside the top there and I push down as hard as I can and I wiggle around there. If you work around that whole area, you'll start feeling some fairly tender spots. If you're someone that does a little weightlifting or Jiu-Jitsu, even just putting your fingers in there and squeezing tight, or it's not going to feel too good. So just when you're driving, hand grip on nice and tight so it's tense, and start triggering all up and down there. It's a really good use of traffic time. Thank you so much for checking out my video. I really hope you find those 5 techniques really useful. It's helped so much with my gripping strength and so much with the tightness feeling that really aches and stops me from wanting to play a really strong gripping gi game. So I've actually had a lot of people come up to me that has been complaining about their forearms, or even in class has been saying that it really hurts their forearms and they're just like been training gi all week. I show them the simple barbell technique or the neon or the bar and they are so thankful. So really give those a go. But if you do have a technique that works better for you, or if you know a way that works better, then please let me know, because I'm always looking for other little techniques and other ways to really get into different parts of my body. So if you do have a better technique than I've shown, let me know in the comments below. And in the meantime, please make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to my social channels.